Picture this. You're invited to dine with Marcus Aurelius, the big cheese of Stoicism himself. You're expecting something austere, maybe a bowl of gruel, some unseasoned lentils. You're already planning your escape to the nearest kebab stand afterward. But hold up, what's this on the table? Fresh figs, plump olives, crusty bread, and a glistening roast chicken. Marcus Aurelius smiles. Dig in, my friend. We Stoics enjoy good food, just like anyone else. Surprised? Most people are. Stoicism often gets painted as this joyless pursuit of self-denial, especially when it comes to food. But that's about as accurate as a food critic who only eats at gas stations. The truth is, Stoics were all about living in accordance with nature, which includes enjoying the bounty it provides. They understood the importance of food for sustenance and pleasure, but always within the bounds of reason and self-control. Stoic eating wasn't about deprivation. It was about conscious consumption. Think of it less like a diet and more like a philosophy of food. They believed in moderation, not because they hated pleasure, but because they respected it. Overindulgence to them was like stuffing yourself silly at an all-you-can-eat buffet, ultimately unsatisfying. It clouded your judgment and made you a slave to your desires. The Stoics, however, aimed for self-mastery. They wanted to enjoy food without being controlled by it. This meant understanding their body's needs and eating in a way that promoted both physical and mental well-being. Their mantra: quality over quantity, mindfulness over mindlessness. Look at Seneca, the Stoic philosopher and playwright. He wasn't advocating for everyone to subsist on thin broth and stout bread. He believed in enjoying simple, wholesome food without the need for extravagant displays. A great meal can be found on a single dish, he once wrote. And he wasn't wrong. Then there's Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who found time to pen philosophical meditations between battles. He practiced what he preached, opting for simple meals even amidst the opulence of Roman imperial life. These guys were busy running an empire and contemplating the meaning of life. They didn't have time for fussy eaters or culinary drama. They understood that true satisfaction came from within, not from the bottom of a bottomless breadbasket. For Stoics, every meal was an opportunity for mindfulness. They paid attention to the flavors, textures, and aromas of their food, appreciating the nourishment it provided. This wasn't about some new age, eat with your feelings philosophy. It was about being present in the moment and recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. Imagine you bite into an apple. Do you wolf it down without a thought, or do you savor its crispness, the sweetness on your tongue? That's the Stoic approach. Finding joy in the simple act of eating, recognizing the effort that went into bringing that apple to your table. This philosophy naturally lent itself to appreciating fresh, seasonal produce. Food wasn't just fuel, it was a connection to the earth, a reminder of the cyclical nature of life and death. Stoic eating in a world of big gulps. Now, I'm not saying we all need to start wearing togas and quoting Seneca at the dinner table, but there's something to be said for applying a little Stoic wisdom to our modern eating habits. We live in a world of supersized portions and endless snacking, where food is often more about convenience than quality. But it doesn't have to be this way. We can choose to slow down, to savor our food, to be mindful of what we put into our bodies. Think about it. What would happen if we treated every meal like it was prepared for an emperor? What if we focused on quality ingredients, cooked simply and with care? What if we stopped viewing food as the enemy and started seeing it as a source of both pleasure and sustenance? That's the beauty of Stoicism. It's not about rigid rules or self-denial. It's about finding balance and living in accordance with nature. And that, my friends, is a recipe for a life well lived. So go on, grab a juicy peach, pour yourself a glass of wine, and contemplate the simple pleasures of a good meal. you might just find a little Stoic wisdom along the way.